guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Vid Productions video. In this video, we're going to call it Major Changes number 26. I go over some of the stuff I've accomplished so far since my last video, and we're getting there slowly but surely. Also, I want to do a shout out. This shout out is for a person, they are brothers. And their videos are really cool videos. I'm speaking of Mark of M&M Railroad, or M&M Rails. Sorry, Mark. Anyhow, if I do a shout out for you, I will be putting your link in my featured channels list. So anybody who wants to check these guys out, just go to my featured channels list and you'll see what they're all about. Anyhow, stay tuned and we'll get back to the rest of the video. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm also going to show you how train room number 1 pans out. I am standing outside the room right now, and as you can see, right here is a door frame, and right there is the outer part of the closet. Anyhow, on this side here, the one with the Coke can, that's going to be the Matthew Y, and it will do transfers with BNSF at Castle Hot Springs. This upper level is terminus for this layout. It'll be a combination of Ash Fork and Williams up here. And as we pan inside a little further, the lower section there, even though I got Gary's bills still on there from the previous video, excuse me, is Phoenix downtown, and on this side here will be, when it's together, is Mobest Yard. And if we take another step forward, we have the Hell's Canyon Bridge there, and the Drake cement area here. Anyhow, let's move on to the other room and I'll show you what's going on in there. Alright guys, a lot of people have been asking me to get an overall view of my layout. This is room number 2, and I am standing about 6 feet inside my living room to get this entire shot. Anyhow, the bottom level is the Glendale, Phoenix area, and the upper part is the Morristown and Wickenburg area. Anyhow, I just thought I'd throw this into this video to let you guys see the exact dimensions of this room. Anyhow, we'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, as you know, I mentioned in one of my previous videos that my Hell Canyon Bridge got sustained lots of damage. Well, what you're looking at is the damage that it sustained. So, I tried to fix it. As you can see, I added some styrene on the bottom and the styrene on the back, hoping that it would secure it all like that. But it was really flimsy, and I really didn't want my locomotives to be going over that bridge, possibly falling down and damaging the locomotive. So, what I did was, I improvised and came up with this. Alright, I know you guys are saying, wow, he used a piece of plywood and a piece of balsa wood to do this bridge. But personally, I am more confident now than I was with the original bridge. Anyhow, to make that bridge look a little bit better, what I'm going to do is I am going to add all of these ribs that you see on here on there. And also, I will add the top plate, and we should look good. Of course, I'm not going to do the other side because you're never going to see the other side. It's the front side that counts. Also, I need to adjust the towers, or the stanchions for the towers, because as you can see, that it's a bit short on that one. But other than that, I think I'm going to be very happy with this bridge. And of course, I'll put the Santa Fe logo right there in the middle where it belongs. Oops, come on, focus. Anyhow, stay tuned for more on that, and let's get on with the rest of the video. Alright, now I'll show you that I have completed the supports for the last upper deck, and the sub-rotor's bed is down, and as you can see, as I pan around here, that it is done all the way up to the wall. Eventually, I'll continue it down this way, and it'll be about another 8-foot section, 8.5-foot section. That will actually be the end of the line. Anyhow, I did put down some track, as you can see, and for all intents and purposes, a train does run on it, and it's looking pretty good so far. Anyhow, let's get on to the rest of the video, and I'll show you what else I've done so far to this major changes number 26. Alright guys, to continue on with the sub-road bed and stuff like that, where the two locomotives are sitting, that's going to be the beginning of Ash Fork, and it will travel around this way, and as you see I got a little piece of plywood propped up there just to see how my corner is going to be. But anyhow, it will continue on down this wall, a lot higher than what I have on the tape there, and it will terminate at the door. Now I intend to have 3 track up there. One will be a stage track for one train can enter, and then the 3rd track will be a runaround so we can get the locomotives back up front. Anyhow, stay tuned for more updates, and we'll continue on with this video here shortly. Be right back. Alright guys, this is the final piece of sub-road bed that I have to do, and it is the uppermost level on my layout, which makes my layout about 2.5 tiers high. I just use regular L brackets to support it up there. It's only about 8 inches deep, and I'll be putting some scenery up to that shelf there, and also I will be adding some more LEDs. And as you can see, I have LEDs down on this area too, which is the Mackie section. Anyhow, let's go ahead and continue on with the rest of the video. Be right back. Alright, the next change I made is those silly rope light that I had in there that was always getting in the way of me doing my videos have been changed. I did install my LEDs, and I will show you what they look like here in a second. I will turn off the rope lights and turn on the LEDs. Better. Isn't that much better? Look at the brightness under there, guys. Very, very cool. All the way around, and eventually the next upper deck will get LEDs also. Now, I tried using one of these wall warts. It worked for about an hour, and then it quit on me. And I tried several of them. They are 12-volt output with about 600 milliamps, and one had about 1,000 milliamps. But they just, after about an hour, like I said, they burned out. So, after watching quite a few videos on power supplies, I came up with this guy. That is a power supply for a computer. And what I like about it is the fact that it's got 3 different outputs. It's got 12 volts on the yellow, it's got 5 volts on the red, and it's got 3 volts on the orange. I'll show you what else I was able to do with this. If you remember a while ago, Carmine sent me some buildings, and these buildings had lights in them. So I'll turn out that light, and I'll switch on that light. and I think that's pretty cool. I don't know exactly where these buildings are going to get placed yet, but for these here, I'm using the 5-volt system. I really don't know what I'm going to use the 3-volt system for, but I guess I'll figure that out at some point. Anyhow, stay tuned and we'll get back to more of the video. Be right back. Alright, so now I just need to figure out where I am going to have this permanent home. Of course, I'll bundle up all the wires nice and neat, and I'll use some barrier strips to connect everything together. The 12 volts on this will be running the LEDs and my cobalt machines. The 5 volts will be running any sort of lights that I'll have on the layout, street lights, building lights, and whatsoever. But anyhow, if any of you guys are using this system, this type of system I should say, do you know how many LEDs this thing will handle? Right now I have about a little over 500 LEDs in there, and I still got to add some more. Anyhow, any information will be helpful. I also installed these switches up here. The first one here turns on the unit, just as if you were turning on your computer. The second one is for the lights, and the third one is for the building lights. Wherever I decide to put that will determine where these switches go. Anyhow, let's get on with the rest of the video. Be right back. Moving right along here, as you can see, I put the sub road bed down for Drake's cement plant. Wanted to make sure it was all level and fitting there just right, and so far so good. And anyhow, we'll move on down here. And I told you in one of my previous videos that I was going to do a wooden bridge right there, but I already had this one, and it'll save me a bunch of time, and that's where it's going to go. So anyhow, let's see what else we can get into on this video. Alright guys, in the last clip I showed you that I had mounted the platform for Drake's cement plant, and I thought I'd give you guys a little sneak peek of what the entire structures that I have built so far look like on the layout. So anyhow, we start back there with the preheaters, and then there's silos with the special smokestack and the electrostatic precipitator. And come on further this way. And the most recent picture I saw of them, they have added 4 more silos, so I'm short one there. I got to get my buddy Jack to send me another silo. Anyhow, the next Drake, which will be number 8, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Sorry about that, I hit the wrong button. You see those white storage vessels back there. That's going to be the next project I'll be doing for this build. And as I look at more pictures, I get a little bit more understanding of how this all is going to flow. Anyhow, here's a little tidbit of information. I found out that in Drake Cement Plant there is some sort of a memorial cemetery, and it is approximately in that position. I can't do it in the correct position because the width I have from the back to the front is like half of what it should be. Otherwise that cemetery will go in this proper spot. Anyhow, let's get on with the rest of this video. I also have a bunch more buildings to put in this area right here, and then this is one of the storage buildings that gets aggregates from the hoppers. And there's another building in the back there. I don't know if you're going to see that very well. Let's see if I can get over here a little bit. That building right there gets its material from the quarry. Anyhow, stay tuned, and like I said, we'll get on to the rest of the video. Alright guys, as we move along, I'll show you the progress I'm making so far. Well, not really progress, just some mock-ups right now, but this is what the scenery is going to look like on this side of the layout, and then on the other side of the layout it'll go up to the top of the blue backboard. A lot of you guys are saying, oh, you should do this, you should do that. I can if I wanted to. The wall that we're looking at right now is the front is my garage wall, so I could punch through there and go through the garage. Problem with that is the garage is not climate controlled, and I would have a lot of problems with that. And I don't want to put no more holes in the wall, because that means more holes that I need to fix up. So, let me move my little stool over here, and we'll get up here and we'll start going on what's going on. Oops, that didn't make sense. Anyhow, I wanted to run this layout as prototypically as possible, and I was lacking sidings. So, I had some choices. I could put a siding starting right there at that curve, and come out here, and eliminate the bridge, and the canyon that's going to be there, and then continue on with the siding, and end it just before it goes into the other room. Anyhow, I am going to do a little proto-lancing, and what I'm going to do is I am going to start the siding right where the GVOs are sitting, and it will go through, and even though this is not prototypical, like I said, I'm going to be proto-lancing this. Oops, sorry about that. I will go through the wall there, which in actuality is going into Wickenburg. So that's what I decided to do. Even though it's not a very prototypical move, I needed to get that siding in there so I could have some operations of meet between northbound and southbound trains. This particular subdivision that I am modeling is single track all the way up to, I believe, Williams, and that's where it transfers onto the BNSF Transcon. So right now I will take you into the other room and I will show you the other end of the siding and see how it goes. Alright guys, we come through the wall and we continue on down here, and it goes behind all the buildings, which is, again, is not prototypical as per the actual subdivision. Now Ryan, the Montreal fan, tells me that there is a siding in here, but it's not as long. This siding will hold 26 cars, which is probably the most cars I'll ever run on here. If I run something longer, then we're going to have a meet, like I said earlier. Anyhow, let's see if we can get in. Oops, sorry. Get the camera up here. Sorry for all the shaking, guys. Anyhow, as you can see, it goes all the way through. And this track right here will be my maintenance away track, and that turnout, this turnout right here, will go into the Y. The only problem I have doing it this way is that there'll be one turnout in this room and one turnout in the other room. So I'm going to have the cobalt machines hooked up to them, and they will work in tandem. So when I switch one, they both will switch. Anyhow, I think that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys and gals enjoyed it. And as for now, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all folks. BNSF 6951 out.